They've taken this world from us, cast us into an uncertain future. Earth is no longer ours. It is ruined.
It's time to stand up tall.
Once we were the peak of evolution, bending the laws of nature to our whim. But our legacy has been taken from us.
The rise and the fall.
This is the age of a new breed.
Every empire.
The age of Homo Degenesis.
There's no other. There's no other. There's no other. There's no other. No.
Remember, Fallberg, there will be days of war. But there will come a day when we have to sacrifice everything.
And we're live.
Hello YouTube. Welcome to Blade and Blasters presents Degenesis. I'll be your host for tonight, Demi, running this game. First time for all of us. So bear with us. We're gonna be working our way through a system. Real quick, let's do quick character introductions, starting with my boy. You know him, you love him. Ghost, tell us who you are.
I'll be playing as Angus Anders, and in my little bio here. In the name of the Lord and the prophet Rebus, let those who taint this land be accused. Let ye who wander stay lost if ye do not walk the path to release thy pneuma. O Lord, let them be denied your sweet embrace once the prison of flesh is shed. O Lord, Amen. I've seen the terrors that walk this earth. As a boy, I lived among the clans. My family fled to Poland from the north, a land called Britain. They fled so far from home, and none would have us. None until the ascetics. We were welcomed with open arms, embraced by this culture of diligent men and women. My parents did not quite take to their creed, and I was too young to understand the magnitude of their words. I just wanted to play, to frolic, as most young ones do. I had no thought beyond it. Might have spent the rest of my days so wastefully. Might have. They came in the morn. The workday had just begun. I was complaining of my back and arms. There was no real pain. I just wanted to go and play with the others. But that day was not one of merriment. The biokinetics came and reaped, raped, ravaged. The spiders and creatures that crawled from their flesh. The horrific bodies changing shape. I was paralyzed in fear. And so were my parents. They were taller than me, my parents. Easier to see. The biokinetics saw them. I saw them too. For the last time. A wave of arachnids swarmed over my mother and father. Not but dried husks were left. I had lost all hope in that moment. But George Astic said not. Flashing steel, primal roars, inured to pain, hardship, in the name of God and Rebus, they struck down these psychonauts, not with fear, not with guns, but with faith and steel. I remember that day just as vividly, 26 years to the date. I am no boy now. I walk among those who carry the steel, and the word, aye. By Rebus' name it is proclaimed that the end of days is upon us. A final battle is being waged with we proud many at the forefront. We shall not be dismayed by the enemy, no. We are no skittish scrapper nor consumed chronicler. We spit at simpleton scourgers and nerveless Neolibians. Aloof Anubians and apocalyptics shall not dismay our march. Servile Spitalians and hermetic Helvetics, bah! Speak not to me of these bumblers. Judicious judges, once stalwart, now wither in the face of crazed clanners. Perfidious palers stalk and sneak while the truth it continues to emerge. Gemerians jaunt and jumble with the very degenerates whose prophetic musings destroy our lives. Nay, to any and all of these fools being the answer to the common folk, we, the Anabaptists, shall bring order to this land. Stability, purpose, things which so many lack, and we will die by the hundreds, thousands, to bring the word. Let not these meek many dissuade we, the enlightened. Let our numbers swell. Let us take the word to the four corners of what world remains. Let the teachings of Rebus reverberate through all vertebrates, and let God in his pneuma be found in even the dirtiest of unaware servants. For his breath flows within us all. It takes but the right force to be applied for one to realize it. That's me.
Okay. Sim, you want to follow that up?
Oh man, that's a tough follow.
Right.
Way to set the bar, Ghost.
I'm suddenly real glad I wrote a pretty long one as
I
well.
just want everybody to step up for their A game.
Hi, I'm Sim. I'm playing Gabriel, who's gonna be a judge from Borca. He grew up in Justinian. Always wanted to do the right thing and follow in the footsteps of those before him. And those before him followed the Codex, set of laws, commandments. And the Baptists have their Bible. We have the law. Stay on the good side of the law and you'll never have to talk. Be on the bad side, you just might talk to the hammer. I seek to serve justice, alleviate suffering. Fight the clanners. Show them we're not afraid. The hammer. It's not a guide. It's the justice that one meets. You can see me coming with my cloak. I may demand humanity and ask for respect. But it's your choice. Well, new in life for all this. I've seen enough. I've seen enough to want to improve and make things better. Well, I try not to get bitter about it all. I follow the law that was laid before me, hoping someday that I can amend it to maybe make it better, to make it more suited to something I like. I don't mind a lot of different cults out there. I try to mind my own, as long as you're on the right. I don't like palers or apocalyptics. They do their thing. Everybody has a place. But one day everybody will see the law is the right way. And keep everybody safe. That's my guy.
Okay. Aki, you're up.
Cool. Yes, I'm going to be playing Kalen, a cuckoo of the apocalyptics, which, of course, most people hate. Yeah. So I heard you have a bug problem. Hey, doctor, humor me, would you kindly? Imagine, if you would for a moment, dear friend, a flock of birds. They soar happily through the sky, perch upon whatever branch pleases them. They build comfortable nests that are just as easily rebuilt in any other tree. They go hungry, consume whatever suits their palates. But, my friend, what is it that they eat? What does suit their palate? Some birds drop down and grow fat on seed. Others heed the carrion call. More still, the ones that drop talent. Hunt the fearful little critters that scamper and hide. Then there are those that devour insects. Prideful cardinals, nimble swallows, swarming sparrows, regal bluebirds, melodic warblers, daring nighthawks. I've heard a hungry cuckoo would gladly partake of some bugs as well. What I'm getting at is, birds all have their place, friend. Sure, a woodpecker may put a hole in your wall, but sometimes you don't see the termite it pulled out. Sure, some birds carry disease, but if I hear right, maybe a good doctor could make a cure. Maybe if the other creatures of the forest were clever, they could make use of the hungry birds. Yeah, he's the oddball amongst his flock that actually thinks beyond just his flock, with a relatively secret hatred for Burn on the side.
Alright. And to wrap us up, it's our boy, the dude.
How's it going? I'll be playing Whoop, hang on, baby.
Oh boy.
I heard he's playing scat.
Scrat.
Oh, scrap. Whew, okay.
I'll do his introduction. He wrote a little bio, right? So, dude's gonna be playing Sketch, the Scrapper. Oh, he's got 2 minutes. You guys want to just hang out?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, sure.
What's
Yeah,
2
good with
minutes?
it.
Good.
Kids are kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to finish my vape juice up so I can put my new Cubano vape juice in.
Vape
Before it gets
juice.
banned. Topical, huh? Man.
I'm gonna have to stock up. Nah, I don't think it'll ever get banned. It's just
Yeah, I don't think
more
so.
regulated. Yeah, I mean, kids are gonna get
It's-
their hands on it regardless.
Yeah, it's all good. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Looking forward to this.
I was trying to get
Gonna
something
be-
more on like the style goes, so I found that. I mean, I don't know if that works for you for a token. I can change it.
No, that's fine. It works for me.
It's got the glasses, it's got the hair, the beard. It's pretty. I do what I could.
It's about how he acts, not how he looks. It's fine.
Right? Yeah.
But that looks good. It's fun.
It's gonna be interesting playing the one apocalyptic.
Just don't say you're an apocalyptic. It'll be fine.
Exactly.
Hey
Right?
guys, my name is Kalen. I'm a cuckoo, and
Nice to meet you.
I like fooling
Nice to meet
people.
you. Would you
Ah.
like to buy some Burn?
See, I thought about switching to Helvic when Matt dropped out. God damn. But Judge is interesting too.
Bring down the hammer.
Yeah, they're all quite
I'm
interesting.
about to drop the hammer and dispense some indiscriminate justice.
Yeah, Justin's is the mind of the beholder, right?
Yes.
Sick disguise, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have no idea. He could be anyone. It's gonna be interesting. And I mathed out my stats so much, it's ridiculous. I'm glad that I had enough time to forget how much I stressed over them. So now it's just, well, whatever I did back then, hopefully is good. Oh, I think I ended up with some pretty wicked stats, really. I ended up going for like the kind of jack of all trades, master of persuasion type setup. So aside from his actual talking skills, he's not particularly good with anything else. But he's not necessarily bad in much. Ooh. Man, I'm glad
Let's,
they were playing too.
Yeah,
I saw you
little-
you messaged us you guys ready the other day, and I was like, shit, was it tonight? I had just gotten I broke a tooth. And I just got it pulled right when you sent that.
You ready? Yeah! Fucking let's go.
Exactly. I had like gauze in my mouth and I opened my phone, it's like, oh shit.
Since we have a little downtime, can I get a Legends roll from all of you? And if you're from Purgatory, add 1d. If you're a Scrapper who has Network, you can add that. Anabaptist and Apocalypse, you can add extra dice from your background secrets.
Sweet. Alright, so +1 for Gari and then plus secrets.
Yep. We're doing
Oop,
Legend.
I gotta... How do I do the... How do I add the dice? Ah, there it is.
Legends, you say.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go. That's more like it.
So, two
I love that
tokens.
3 secrets.
Ah, there it is.
Cool. I'm gonna whisper some stuff now.
I don't have any bonuses.
Hey, what are you gonna whisper to me?
Secret.
Now, how do you add the dice?
Bottom left, combat helper, bonus or malice.
Ah,
You just go
okay.
to, yeah, you can click it up. It only lists up to 5, so,
This is a max how much you can add to a roll.
yeah. I think there's a cap with, because doesn't it, I think it was cap at 12, and then anything after that just adds a success.
So there's a lot of rolls here. There's a 0.
No, I just was trying to figure out how to. I failed mine. I don't know how
Yeah, I
you want to do
clicked the-
Kalen's.
Yeah, because I clicked it first without a bonus, and I got 2 successes, and then it rolled. Then I clicked it with the actual bonus.
You just take the official one with everything added to it.
So he had 6. I would have had 0 because I was just trying to figure out how to roll dice. The very first one, I have no bonuses, so it was a 1. And then, Gabe had 2.
Yeah, because what is it, 4, 5, 6 is success?
Yeah, 4, 5, 6 is
Yeah,
success.
so even if you cut out the first 3, the first 3 from the second roll, I still would have gotten 6, it looks like. Oh, and so if you get a 1, it just negates the success, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, actually,
You don't
it's
succeed. No, it doesn't do anything. But if you get more 1s and you do successes, it's a
fumble.
botch.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And if you get the 6s,
6s. are
So that's
Yeah.
true, yeah. It's been I got so into the lore and everything, it's been a while since I went into dice.
TD, you're rolling legends.
and I think he gets a bonus for being a scrapper.
Yep.
Is that correct, Emmy?
What'd you
If you're a Scrapper, you can add your secrets. Oh no, your network. Add network. Sorry.
Okay. What am I?
And if
What
you're
am I
from
rolling?
Purgatory, you get +1d.
I'm sorry. What'd you say I was rolling?
Legends.
Legends. Where's
You can
that
add
at?
bonus in the bottom left corner of the sheet.
Same.
So it's Legends plus your network.
Yeah, and you can make your introduction while I send out some whispers.
Okay. So, I'll be playing Sketch. He is a scrapper. And I'm pretty sure they're just big salvage collectors. So about Sketch.
What do I do? You bring me something, I'll look at it, and if I like it, I'll pay you for it. I like things. I like useful things. I like things that shine and things that don't shine. I like things that I can sell. I like money.
I don't like...
That is some bad
Still
luck.
talking.
No, it's a kid. That's some bad luck.
Man, that don't like timing though. Right.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
well.
Go ahead.
I mean, if you want to finish that, go for it.
Go ahead. Are you gonna? You want to finish up the intro, I guess, for TD or?
Where was he at?
Things that he didn't like.
I like things that shine and things that don't. I like things that I can sell. I like money. I don't like to work myself anymore. It's easier to buy and then sell. Turn a profit if possible. But not all things that I deal with involve salvage or scrap. Sometimes it's information, knowledge. Knowledge is power. I still prefer money though. I remember the days of crawling around in the dirt and dust and sand and sludge, but no more. That's the old way. I won't be a dog anymore. I won't crawl on my hands and knees for scrap and trinkets in the dirt. I don't like living on scraps. But I do. But I travel. I go around place to place, finding meaning. Okay. I go around place to place, seeing new places and gather more and more. Then I sell it to the next bunch of people. It's the way things work. Money makes the world work. I don't have a lot, but I have a little. But I know some things too. And that is Sketch. I mean, we still have to wait around for him to come back. No point in me doing the intro if he's not here.
Go ahead and pause the recording for a minute. We're live. Yeah, you're live.
Alright, well, sorry about the delay. Dude, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. So I'll be playing Sketch, who is a scrapper.
What do I know? You bring me something, I'll look at it, and if I like it, I'll pay you for it. I like things. I like useful things. I like things that shine and things that don't. I like things that I can sell. I like money. I don't like to do work for myself anymore. It's easier to buy and then sell. Turn a profit if possible. But not all things that I deal with involve salvage or scrap. Sometimes it's information. Knowledge. Knowledge is power. I still prefer money. I remember the days crawling around in the dirt and dust and sand and sludge. No more. That's the old way. I won't be a dog anymore. I won't crawl on my hands and knees for scrap, trinkets, and the dirt. I don't like living on scraps. I do. I travel. I go around place to place finding and meeting people, seeing new places, and gathering more and more. And I sell it to the next bunch of people. It's the way things work. Money makes the world work. I don't have a lot, but I have a little. I know some things too.
Okay, and that would round out our cast. So let's begin this adventure for our 4 heroes. Right. So, the 4 of you, from your respective cults or cultures, somehow have gotten word and received orders from your higher-ups in order to investigate the death of a very important Anabaptist. Ghost, you might be more familiar with him than most due to your cult, because you yourself are an Anabaptist. And this man, very important, a war hero. He basically, along with his wife, Neva, the Iron Emissary, and a few choice companions, was able to unite the different clans that were in Lucitor and build it up from scratch, make it a very important trading post, establish the oil fields in which various Elysian oils are produced and sold. Very special, very high quality stuff, but at the center of it all is this man, Altair. Unfortunately, although very beloved by his people, Altair has met a certain demise, very unexpected. And the 4 of you, as I've previously said, have been instructed to investigate the situation in Lucitor. You each need to verify whether or not the man was murdered by someone of your own, or the situation at hand, how are things going to develop moving forward, whether or not your cult or your people are going to be blamed for his murder, if previous deals between the city of Lucitor and your trading posts and whatnot are still intact. You just need to get to the bottom of this. Each of you should have a handout. I hope you've read it. If not, has your cult name and some information you might find useful. Also, previously had you roll. This is unfortunately off camera, I believe. Gleaming rumors that you've learned on your travels here, or just in general about the situation that's unfolded. We all up to speed on that?
Yeah, I've read mine.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just gonna move you over. Lucitor is wouldn't exactly be considered the capital of Anabaptist land. They're very affluent ally, surrounded by mountains and dangerous forests. Many have been known to either be killed or disappear. There aren't many safe routes into the city, but certain trade routes are protected by mercenaries, hired hands, which would grant you safe passage. Prominently in the center of the city is a building that everyone knows to be called the Cloister. Not much is known what goes on unless you're in that inner circle. Not many people travel to or from there. It's very apparent. You can see it from far away as you approach the city, at the tip of the mountain, surrounded by mystery and fog. Alright, so, just real quick, how do you think you would have made your way into the city of Lucitor? Would you have hired help? Would you have traversed on your own, through the jungle, trade route, paying the fees? I just want to know that from each of you real quick.
Likely would have traveled on my own as a representative of the Anabaptist, or being sent as a representative by whoever my local order was.
Sketch would have likely made his way through probably on a trade route. Maybe just stopped in town to find some odds and ends work.
Gabriel would definitely traveled on his own.
Yeah. Kalen would probably grabbed onto a caravan or something of the sort to kind of slip through alongside them.
So you said you were following through a caravan, and I
Yeah.
think it was... Dude, you said you also use a route, or...
Yeah, probably trade route, caravan type of thing.
Alright, so two of you using established routes, either sneaking your way through or paying the necessary fees, would find yourselves arriving at the destination sooner than the others. Let me just bring you two out right now. So as you approach the city, Kalen, you would know the caravan that you had been following was forced to stop in its tracks well before the gates that would allow entrance to the city. Surrounded in the path entrance, armed men in heavy-looking armor carrying spears or lances of some sort. Not very crude, not very high-end either, on either side of the trail. And they had requested that members of the caravan or anyone seeking entrance be directed towards a building. It's two-story building, fairly large. They refer to it as the Commission. Actually, we can just do that, right? So they guide you towards the Commission. And when you enter the scene, it's sort of a rundown housing. A woman greets you. She opens the door. They're covered in... she is from Poland, so... she's covered in Nick. Sorry about that. An attire is randomly assembled clothes that she might have just grabbed randomly, you know? Anything that would work. She greets the caravan and yourselves as you enter.
Yeah. Kalen's polite as always. Short nod and everything. Kind of waiting and watching towards the back, seeing how everyone else proceeds.
The head of the caravan approaches a woman. The woman makes introductions. Hello there. My name is Dana. I am in charge of taking care of you all. I do apologize for the introduction. As many of you may know, we are facing a very dire situation in the city. There are rules now about who can enter and who can leave. So I would ask that you all remain here until the guard captain Lucio returns. He should be coming within the hour, I believe. Just please make yourselves at home. There's not much we can offer. We have some spare food and some water and some drink. I can do... I can do what I can for you. Please, just... If there's anything you need, let me know. She sort of tries addressing the group.
Kalen steps forward. Well, thank you, ma'am. It is most kind of you. I understand... What exactly was it that happened? I've heard some rumors, but I wouldn't be presumed to judge on those alone.
Oh, it's just the worst thing. Altair, he's been murdered. We are currently in a period of grief and grieving. We must mourn the loss of such a glorious man.
Yeah, Kalen's face kind of drops at the news to match that of the atmosphere around him. Oh, well, that is most devastating, isn't it? My apologies and condolences.
Oh yes, thank you. Everyone is suffering. You can see it in the faces. I'm sure we can recover. His brother's in charge now.
Well, that is something at least.
Man.
Is he a good man then?
Oh, he is She sort of catches herself. He's what we have. We just try to make do, right? Please, though, is there anything I can get you?
I suppose some water would be good for the journey.
Of course, and she looks around the room. Is there anyone else? I can make a run real quick. Waits for any responses. A couple people throw out suggestions like, oh, some food. It's been a long travel, a long trip. They want some food, some water.
Yeah, Sketch would pipe in.
I'll take some water and some food. That'd be good.
Oh, of course. Now, if you'd please excuse me, and she begins to head outside, closes the door behind her. In this room with you now, there seems to be about 12 people, Kaylin, who you're familiar with, who you sort of like hitchhiked off of. There's a man who just spoke.
He would kind of make his way through, listen on conversations, see what the prevailing topics are, and if anything pops up about Altair, he would eventually ask, so have you heard anything more? Rumors from the guard, perhaps, on the way in?
You're talking inside any of the random caravan men?
Yeah, pretty much anyone who's talking about the Altair.
Yeah, you dip in and out. You can hear some things about conversation. This is gonna be a rough day. How are we gonna push our goods? A couple people mention, yeah, I hear he was poisoned. And another man says, no, that's nonsense. I hear he was stabbed. Like, you just hear ramblings and what was it that you said to one of the men?
He was asking if any other rumors had gotten through, essentially. From the guards, perhaps, or anything else.
The man turns to you and says, no, we've only heard bits and pieces. No one seems to have any consensus right now. All I know is that travel has been restricted and look, we're just trying to make ends meet here.
Of course. Aren't we all, friend? Terrible news. But look up, I'm sure we'll be able to get in soon. After all, the woman there seems fairly helpful. That's the right word with her, maybe.
Yeah, he was hoping.
Sketch, in the meantime, is just gonna find his way to a most comfortable looking chair. Sits down. He's actually kind of... He's not twitching nervously, but it's more of like a bubbly bounce. Like he's excited. Yeah, I'm getting food, I'm getting water. He's just scanning the room. He's not really paying too much attention to the people around him purposely. He's just scanning the room and looking for things that might catch his eye, anything that might be of any interest.
There are many amenities. It's pretty decent looking, all things considered. It's not run down, but it's not within city walls, so you'd expect more damage, more wear and tear. You can tell, at least with a quick glance, that this place has at least received some refurbishing.
So Sketch is just sitting there, like I said, and he's scanning the room, and he's nodding his head. Yeah, oh yeah, I like that. Actually, that's pretty impressive. Yeah, I like this place. He looks up and kind of nudges the person nearest to him. When do you think that food's gonna get here? That water too.
I don't know. I mean, she's a small lady. You see that one, eh? There's a lot of us, though.
Yeah, but yeah. I don't know. I didn't really check her out very much. I just know that I just want some food. That would be awesome.
It's a long travel, that one. Starved proper. I didn't catch your name.
Oh yeah, name's Sketch.
Right, Sketch. You got a look about you. What is it that you do? You're not part of us, right?
The caravan?
Yeah. I'm not familiar with your face.
No, not particularly familiar with many of you. Not really, not from the caravan either. Just happened to tag along. Fixed a couple little minor things for you guys, and I just stuck around. Decided to go on for the trip.
All right. Well, keep on keeping on then, Sketch. Can't wait for that food.
Yeah, I mean, it's all we ever do is we just keep on keeping on.
Alright, and then while that's all going on, we'll cut back to the outskirts of Lucitor, where the two of you who have decided to take alternate routes to get to your destination can now see the city within your sights, from your various locations. Or which, or either if you're going through the jungle, or by jungle I mean forest.
Probably not. Probably not, if I could help it. Unless that was just directing my path, just because forests probably offer a lot of opportunity for unscrupulous sorts in this day and age.
And then, Sim?
No, just the most direct and fast way possible. Not looking to get into trouble.
Right. So, I mean, that would have been the trail, but I guess you could have just skirted along it, maybe more cautious on your own. Maybe you want to join the caravan when you're moving there, right? But like I said, eventually come across the city outskirts, you can see it all for yourselves. You do get sort of funneled in towards the gate. It seems that maybe by design or just coincidence, the trails, the walked trails and the mountain lining and the forest seems to lead towards, it sort of like drives into the main entrance. You've taken longer to reach this area due to your chosen path. You come across it from afar. You can see what seems to be maybe trading carts posted out front of this building. Off in the distance, you see a bunch of armed men just standing at attention, some in towers, watching over. Farmland towards the right. I guess as you make your way towards society, by coincidence you happen to run into a fellow traveler or two. You come across each other on the trail.
So Andrews will be walking along. Is Gabriel riding a horse, or is he just traveling by foot?
He would be traveling by foot.
Yeah, and so Andrews will be walking along, see the fellow traveler dressed in what he would probably assume is judge's attire, typical trench coat, hat, whatever. I'm assuming anyway that'd be right. You're wearing your duster and whatnot. That's typical of judges.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Andrews would be walking along, see him, appraise him for a moment as he's walking along the trail. Ah, I see. Emissary of the law goes to Lucatore.
Yep. On my way in. Take a look around at things. See what it has to take. What brings you this way?
A great member of my order has died, and I've been sent here as an emissary. Perhaps more, but for now, that is my business. Shall we share the road then?
I feel like it'd be good to have some company.
I expect that will be quite the company to keep. May even be able to help you in your sorry state into the city. Tell me, how fares the judges now? I have not heard much of your order. It's good news. Frontiers have been a mite dangerous for your kind.
Well, we have our hands full in some area, but moving along. Still strong as ever. You know, the law never fades away.
I see. Well, you're a confident sort, I'll give you that. You go into quite the den. I hear Lucatore is quite the city to be a part of. I suggest you tread carefully.
Well, we'll see. I don't reckon I have much to worry about here. But the law travels.
And trouble follows.
Trouble never rests. The law must do the same.
Very well then. Just travel in silence unless prodded.
Two of you make your way together now towards Lucitor. Lucatore. As you get closer, you see, right, what appears to be some sort of altercation. A man carrying a lot of equipment on his back and some rather heavy-looking armor. It seems to be arguing with the guards out front.
Yeah, I'd approach with interest and see what it is that the argument is about.
Yeah, as would Gabriel, but keeping his distance a little bit.
So you get closer to the point in which you can start hearing some words that are being thrown. Sir, we have to ask you to step aside. We cannot allow entrance at this time, but I assure you, commences. Now don't you show me anything. You listen here. You know who I am. He starts pulling out some paperwork from his bag. I've already told you why I'm here. I demand entrance. The guard replies again. Look, we already told. If you just comply, it'd be a lot easier. And man seems to get uppity. Says, I am his personal doctor. I demand to see the body. I'm here to perform an official autopsy. He says, yes, you've already said that. And they seem to be going back and forth.
Yeah, approaching. What is the meaning of this altercation? You block passage into the city.
One of the guards looks at you. The man in front arguing doesn't seem to respond to you. He just seems to be getting angry. He says, oh, we've got more travelers, huh? Look, you guys, he points over at the building. If you would be so kind to head over there, we can sort this mess out. And you, sir, it would be advised if you followed him. puts his papers back in his bag. Sort of puffs his chest out, trying to seem intimidating. Now you listen here. I will not repeat myself any longer. If you stand in my way. He seems to be gesturing towards something at his side, concealed behind some clothing.
Do I recognize anything about him? Does he wear any heraldry, anything like that, or any signs I would recognize?
Yeah. How familiar? Well, he appears to be wearing like gear issued to the Spitalians. He's got the crosses and the medical signs on various pieces of gear he has. Let's see. From a quick glance, what would that be? Sorry.
Sure.
Pretty sure again, I want to get some rolls going, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of knowledge roll would that be? I want to say, in order to recall something like that, I guess it would be perception, or would that be more like...
I think that's an existing knowledge. I would, if I could volunteer it, I would probably say legends. It's not the best, but I would probably say legends. I mean, that sort of fits that. I don't see anything
to
else.
recall information like
Yeah,
that.
me too. I mean, it's an organization. I mean, I've probably seen it. Not that I don't know how exposed we might have been to battalions, so it's possible there's not a whole lot where I'm from.
Yeah, I think legends is generally, because I mean the pop-up port is knowledge about the history, the culture,
Yeah.
culture. Yeah.
Yeah, give me a legend roll, the two of you. So, intelligence legends.
Alright, intelligence legends, you say?
50-50 shot for one, eh? I'll take that.
I'm getting there.
Oh my.
Well,
So yeah, Ghost, you'd be able to identify him as a Spitalian. Sim, on the other hand, this isn't just any Spitalian. This man has a lot of renown about him. He's an expert in his field. You recognize his features. Maybe you've met him in the past, yeah? You forget his name. But you know it's something like Carmine or Carmichael, something along those lines. And you know that he was indeed appointed by he was appointed the personal doctor of many important individuals. He turned down a leadership role within his cult because he's a man who likes to get in the thick of things, being in there in the field. You know, he's very skilled at what he does. If this is indeed the man who you believe him to be.
Gabriel, make his way over. And, look at him. I know you from somewhere, don't I?
Yeah, turns to face you. He looks you over, sort of like pushes up on his specs and says, well, I don't know you.
Your name is Carmine or Carmichael?
It's Carmino Ferro.
Ah, Carmino. I do recognize you. I've seen you plenty of times. And look at the guard. Do you not recognize him?
He told us who he was. I sort of tries like shaking his head, trying to get a better look. I can't say that I do.
He's a man of some renown. He's served under some pretty glorious people. Men like I'm sure, and look over at his new Anabaptist acquaintance. What'd you say his name was?
You go to
Angus?
you go to a city and you do not know the name of the man who used to rule it. Aye, Altair. Personal doctor, I imagine.
He would be the one that would be with him. I don't think there's another battalion, and that'd be somewhere around the city, do you think? If he's here, that means he was under the care of him.
Oh, now that you mention it. And he sort of nudges his friend. Hey, this is the guy, huh? Of course I'm the guy. Now I demand entrance. He says, whoa. Now hold on. Look, we have direct orders not to let anyone in without direct consultation with the guard, Captain. No exceptions.
Guard captain, you say?
Yes.
And how come the guard captain ain't here to make sure who's who and who's what?
There are appointed times. Honestly, I sort of looks to the sky. Not too long from now, he'll be walking through those gates. He'll be heading to that building, which I'm telling you all to go to. He'll meet with you all, and then he may or may not allow entrance. I cannot guarantee that, but I'm telling you that's the procedure.
If you are who you say you are, Doctor, I understand it must be a great inconvenience for you to be stopped by 2 guards of a city. But these men are doing the job that the Lord appointed them to do. And so, I suggest for your own sanity, and for the sake of your entry into the city, you just cooperate with them, as I will be doing. And he would turn at that point and begin to walk towards the building.
Sounds like an enigma. What's
Oh,
that?
I wouldn't
You're walking off?
wait for his response. He can do what he wants. He
Gotcha.
wants to get into a fight with some guards and go for it.
Gabriel, look at the gate guard. You do realize that he's here probably to investigate why the great leader of the city has died, right? And the longer he waits, the more that becomes harder to tell what happened.
The city of Lucitor is in a state of grieving. The Iron Emissary issued it out herself. No investigations are allowed at this time. Once the grieving period is over, you are allowed free reign. Besides, it's not my call.
Well, then we must go to that building over there, you say?
And he points over to the commission.
Come, good doctor. There's no use arguing with something that can't be changed. Rules are the rules, after all.
He sort of looks at you and he grumbles off. And he sees that the two, or at least he sees that, I'm sorry, I forget. Angus is walking off. He looks at the 2 guards and says, now I won't be forgetting your names and faces. He sort of gives them like the 2 finger points at eyes and points at them, you know? He sort of huffs and turns around and begins to walk.
So, you're his personal attendant. How come you weren't there when he went down?
I was instructed to return to base and share my findings. I'm not his only... he is not my only... God. Words, man.
Patient.
Yeah. He's not my only patient. I have many people I must take care of.
Hopefully you'll be able to shed some light on everything. I'm sure people are anxious. Obviously not the people in the city, though.
All I need is a body. If I can get to his body, I can diagnose and perform an autopsy, get down to what really happened.
Well, is there any way I can assist you once you're able? By all means, I'm an open book.
I suppose you can help me get to him. I don't believe you'll be of any, he looks you over, use during the actual operation.
You'd be surprised how fast I can come by some answers, but getting into them is going to be the same trouble for both of us. We have to wait for the guard captain, obviously. I don't think it's going to get any easier than that.
Maybe you're right. You guys are headed, or he begins to head off, towards the conduct mission.
Yeah, we'll do the same.
So 3 of you are walking towards there. You can see a woman and a man carrying supplies in and out into the... As you get to the door, you open it up, and the scene in front displays itself. There are maybe a handful of people in here, some with food, some waiting on food, some with drink. You're in.
Seems like we're not the only one that has to wait, huh?
As they said, all must be appraised before they can enter. It is good to have such security measures in place. You do not know who may come to this place now that the Lord has gone. You'd walk up to the counter if the woman's there. Pardon me, ma'am.
Oh my. She looks up. I'm so sorry, I didn't notice you 3. Hello, my name is Dana. If you'd be so kind as to wait, make yourselves at home. There isn't much, but I can do what I can. She sort of repeats what she said to the others when he entered.
I will not request much. Just a glass of water for a true believer in Christ is all I need.
Oh, of course. Just one moment. And she's sort of dishing out stuff to everyone else. And she gets to you, pours you a glass.
Many thanks. Take the cup and go sit. Begin silently praying.
Gabriel's just gonna be nosing around looking at things. Cool bear in the corner.
Galen seems rather curious of the trio as they walk in. He kind of ambles up towards the bar, an arm on it. So then, Anabaptist, this battalion, and a judge walk into... Looks to Dana, narrows his eyes. What is this place called again?
This is a commission. It's,
Yes. Into a commission. As he turns back to his new compatriot. What brings all of you here? Not exactly a common traveling troupe, I would imagine.
Is he speaking to me or for both of us?
Yeah, to kind of the 3 of you, essentially.
Happenstance. You're all coming to the same place. Only naturally you might bump into someone else that you don't usually traipse about with.
Suppose so. Chaotic times and all. It is still quite interesting.
Interesting, you say?
Indeed. Many strange travelers, it seems like. All in the same day, different places. On the eve of a death, of all things.
a murder, Carmino chimes in there.
Ah, good doctor. It's a pleasure to meet you. Might I ask your name?
I'm Carmino Ferro. He sort of, at that, just sort of brushes off, goes up to the counter.
Hasty, isn't he?
If you had the weight of a name and it did not get you into some place you wanted to go, I suppose anyone would be testy. He has his rights, I suppose.
I suppose. Or he's not using the name properly.
No. It is no surprise that so many come to such a place, from all walks of all corners of the world that's left. After all, we must all know where we stand with such developments, I think.
Most appropriate. Yes, it would be good to know what situation lies within the city.
And for whom do you seek that truth, I wonder? Look him up and down, and does he wear any obvious markings or anything like that?
No, he's actually, he looks like some kind of bumpkin to some degree. Just mismatched clothing and a hood, which is kind of mostly pulled back now. Dull brown hair to his shoulders. He's very, very soft-faced. Like, if he, didn't have a bit of scruff, you would easily be able to mistake him for a woman almost.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a big old pack with a foldable fishing pole on it, various other things, all scraped and scrapped up over travel.
Yeah, but this question was Stan's. And who do you seek the truth for, I wonder?
Various interested parties, I guess, but mostly just the common man. Everyone wants to know what's going on in such an influential time. With this death of all things. I've heard Altair was a good man.
A good man, great man, and a devoted servant to God. May his pneuma find its peace.
Yeah. May it indeed. And how about this one? A judge in Lucatore. Come to bring justice to killer, I suppose?
I merely came to see the city. Coincidences?
Yes, indeed. Many. Today?
Well, apparently timing is everything.
As always. I've heard some rather interesting things. Everyone has a different theory, it seems. One says poison, one says a dagger. Others say that various issues caused his demise. And there rumors are countless, of course.
That they are. Rumors are rumors after all. Unless you've heard different.
Well, all rumors have some hint of the truth within them, don't they? The fact of it is, each and every idea on how he died comes down to foul play, doesn't it? That certainly rings some truth. And a peaceful death. That's what I take from it.
Well, I suppose everybody will run with their own ideas. What I'll know for sure is the good doctor here, probably.
Oh, and why is that? You here for Altair?
You'll have to ask him. I just know there's not many battalions anywhere around here. That makes him most likely candidate to find out.
I suppose so. Certainly could use some more of them. Far too scarce in these parts. It's a bit of a an almost look of disappointment mixed with disgust on his face as he says that. Well, regardless, sure we'll be out of here soon enough and into the city.
Hopefully sometime soon.
You up to anything, dude, or just chilling?
No, I think Sketch is just gonna do his best to sort of eavesdrop on what is happening and just pick up anything he may find of any import just amongst any of the people in this in the room or in the immediate area.
Well, at least at the time being, most of the people who have food seem to be preoccupied eating or just killing time. Everyone was instructed that the guard captain would be here soon and allow entrance into the city. Other than the conversations going on between the covered figure and the judge and whatnot. Or the Anabaptist and Dana.
Alright, so yeah, Sketch will, I guess, make his way over to the judge. Just kind of looking him up and down. The judge, eh? Making your way around making your way around out here, huh? It's kind of a sketchy area for you, don't you think?
You don't think judges go to sketchy areas?
Yeah, but this is kind of different, don't you think?
How so?
I don't know. I mean, this is, it's Lucatore. And anytime you get to dive into a rat hole, you never know what you're gonna find.
Well, ain't that the truth? However, this isn't my first rat hole.
I like you. And he just kind of Sketch begins to look him up and down, and he just kind of points at his arm. May I? Lifts his arm up, and he's just feeling his duster. This is nice. This is really nice. What's a fella got to do to get something like that anyway?
Become a judge, obviously. That, or you can always try to kill one of us and take it from us.
Eh. Either of those sounds boring. Nobody wants to kill a judge anyway. I certainly don't want to be a judge. Ugh.
Then you get to keep them by earning mine.
Yeah, hopefully not too much closer, though. I don't want to... As he's just peering around his back and everything. Yeah, I don't think I really want to get into much of a scrape with you, huh?
Would by being close to me, you think we're just gonna get into the scrape?
No, but you never know. You never know. Times are weird. Times are strange. People get strange everywhere you go. Everybody's different.
Yeah, strange you say. It's funny. I should say that. So what brings you to the city?
Oh, you know, I'm actually was open just to pass through. Maybe pick up a little side job here or there inside the city and then make my way past, go on my way. It's not normally all that much going on in this city, at least not for me anyway.
Well, hopefully your trip is fruitful.
Yeah, I won't hold my breath or nothing, but
Let's see what happens. You never do know. Could be a gold mine.
Could be. Depends on what your definition of gold mine is.
Well, whatever it is, it ain't worth sticking around for, I tell you that much.
And with that, he just turns his shoulder and walks back to his chair.
Alright. With all you guys having food, drink, talking, gathering information, you can't help yourselves but notice the passage of time. You were instructed that the guard captain would be here soon, but minutes tick away to hours, and after some time, Carmino sort of slams his hand on the table and approaches Dana. Now you said he would be here soon. Where is this man? Says, I'm so sorry. Is there anything else I can get you? He'll be here. Sort of starts laughing nervously. You can get me the guard captain. Sort of goes back and forth. People seem to be looking over at him. It's causing a scene.
Helen wanders over. Now. No way to ask for a favor, is it? Good doctor? Dana, was it? He pulls her to the side. He does have a point, however. We were expecting him soon. I don't suppose you would be able to help with that, would you? Or at least explain the delay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I haven't heard anything. I'm in charge of taking care of you all, and there are limits to what I can do, especially during this time of grieving, but I'm sure he'll be here soon.
Anyway, he could get a good read on her to see if she's delaying them or anything of the sort.
Yes. You can give me that roll of... Oh, shit. No, that's what it's done. Angus stands up while you're trying to get a read of her. You wanna... Okay. So expressions when you're trying to express something. Would it be empathy? Or
Yeah, it could be empathy too. Yeah, assessing and manipulating group dynamics, psychology. Empathy then? Okay. Yeah.
From that, you can tell she's very nervous. You're not really getting a feel either way.
And while that scene's sort of playing out, Angus would stand up, a bit fed up that they've been here for quite some time, especially seeing as by his mind he should have been able to get access at this time, being a member of the Anabaptist, and it being that it was one of his own order that passed. He stands up and, "I'll brook no further wait. We have waited long enough for these guards to make their decisions, to come out and to greet us to this city. And I, a member of the faithful, will no longer wait, be kept out. When someone of my order, someone of great import, has passed, and I have been sent as part of my duties to resolve this situation. Now, I entreat thee, all those here, whether you're faithful or not, to come with me to the gate, that we might persuade the guards out front to allow us passage. As we have been told it would not be long, their end of the bargain has been broken. The words they gave to us were hollow and empty, for no guard captain has walked through that gate and provided us passage. And now, as the faithful often do, we must take what we desire. So I entreat you all to follow me now." those who wish passage. He'll get up and begin to walk towards the door.
Now then, that's the plan if I've heard one. Carmino gets up and begins to follow you. A couple people were talking amongst themselves, muttering. Dana just sort of chips in. Oh no, please, sir, they'll be here any moment.
Were those not your words when we first entered? Have they not been your words over the last 3 to 4 hours that we have been in this place? I appreciate your hospitality, madam. Do not mistake my tone for distaste with you. But I will not be treated in this fashion. Not as a servant of God, not as one who must be granted passage in this matter. And I do not think that either of the rest of you, any of the rest of you, should expect such things as well. Whether you are faithful or not, you have a right to that city to enter it, and to do your business. And if you wish to enter that city, and do what you have come here to do, no matter what it is, wholesome things, I hope, then you will follow me, and together we shall gain this passage, one way or the other.
As he's making his speech, Sketch is still, like I said, he went back over and sat down. He's still sitting down and he's picking at his plate a little bit, and he's just looking at everybody. He's seeing people are beginning to get riled up, and he's taking a little more interest, but he continues to gnaw at things from his plate.
And if you think you could get us in there faster, I'm with you.
In fact, you may be able to assist me, Judge, through what little weight your organization has left around. Come along then, any others? And I would look over to the caravaneers. You have come here to do business. Do you wish time to be wasted?
More muttering. One of them gets up and begins to follow you. Another man grabs him. He says, "You're in a period of grieving. Wouldn't be in our best interest." You go back and forth. "Oh, we've been here long enough. Come on, let's just see what this
And I
goes."
hear that argument. Yeah, this we've been here long enough. They're grieving, things like that. I hear that going on.
Yep.
A period of grieving. Aye, yes, a period of grieving, indeed. Yes. And so we are not allowed to grieve. I am here to grieve. I am here. You see these dots upon my head? The man who died is of my order, of my calling. He also believed in God. Many of this city believe in God. I am here to grieve, yes, but I cannot grieve from outside the walls. And I know not all ye are here to grieve. I know not all ye even bother with this, what you likely do not care about this man, many of you. But you are here to do business, and I have a matter to attend to of my own. And though you are not faithful, I will take as much help as I can get in this matter. Do not deny this man the opportunity to enter the city. It's because you are too weak-willed to do it. Come, man. And I would gesture to the man who got up. Come.
The man who is insistent sort of follows you. Carmino's is ready to go, just waiting for you now. Anyone else?
Sketch will jump up on his chair after banging his plate on the table and goes, "Here, here! Let us follow him! Yes!"
Kalen looks to Dana. Well, it seems you have a mess on your hands, don't you? Although, I must admit, he does have a point. I would bid you to follow us, see if you couldn't help rein things in once we get up to the gate. As he then walks over.
She's very nervous at this point, very distraught at the sudden turn of events.
Well then, good sir, I think you have the right of it. Let's get on then, shall we?
Very well. Follow in my footsteps, and I shall lead thee to the promised land. And open the door and begin to move towards the gatehouse.
Yep. You head outside. Two of the caravanners are with you, and I believe the entire party decided to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you guys can move your token.
Yeah, I could move it
Just,
whenever I... Oh, you want me... Oh, move it out here? Sure.
Oh, yeah. It's a
You
square.
are a square man.
So sorry.
That was interesting.
Soon we don't all die. It only gets more godly. Trust me, we're just getting started.
Oh, I never linked it to your sheet. My bad, man.
Oh, it's all good, man.
Ah.
Clones! Oh, wait, it's just Kalen in disguise.
Alright, yeah. You guys, led by Angus, make your way, very determined. By your side, Angus, like, very reassuring you, is Carmino himself. And are you guys heading straight for the gates, or are you heading towards the guys who directed you
Guys who
earlier?
directed us earlier first, and then we're gonna push past them to the gates if they refuse us. Or I that's my intent. We'll see what happens.
Right, so you head towards the area where you were at earlier, where they instructed you previously. The same men aren't there, but there is indeed a couple men stationed. And they turn to face you. Yeah, no, sorry, I was trying to swear out the fucking tokens. They turn to face you and he says, hey, you all, what are you doing?
We have come to enter the city. We were given quite a bit of a delay waiting for your captain to come and appraise us, to allow us into this place. We were told it would be soon. It was not. We all have business in this city, this man especially, to my left. He is the personal doctor to the man who has passed, and he is here to help solve the murder. I am a man of his order, the one who was murdered, and I am here to solve some questions of my own. We will not be delayed any further.
Wait, hold on. You're just like, what, you're just gonna keep walking through, or you're just waiting for a response?
I'll give them I'll give them a chance to respond. I'm not too unreasonable.
We understand that you have been kept waiting. And one of them turns to the other. Hey, what's it? They start muttering. You can hear certain words like, "Oh, you go get him." You see me arguing with each other, and the larger one sort of steps up and says, "We ask that you return to the commission. We will check upon the situation. I'm sure we can get him here any minute."
More waiting, more I'm sure, some more that I don't know. You guys know what's going on. You do realize the man was murdered, and multiple groups have interest in this. I, for one, came from the judges to figure this out. We have plenty of business to be going on with you guys, and here I am as an emissary, and I am stuck outside your gate.
Yeah. Now quit asking us to go back to that place, because we're telling you go in there and get that captain. Bring him out here. Let's go. Chop chop.
And Anders would he would draw his sword but place the tip on the ground, and he would look at both the men and say, Levidians 2:17. A man who is righteous in his path shall not be denied by any, be they righteous or narrow-minded. We have waited long. The hour is growing late. I do not have the time to waste on this anymore. I am giving you the opportunity to let us in without issue. If you prevent us, I cannot guarantee your safety. And I must ask you two lads,
Sort of.
do the two of you truly think that you will stop us?
They look to each other. One of them seems very confident, the other one not so much. Maybe we should just take them to the gate. We have our job, we can't... But look, they outnumber us. Stand your ground.
Kalen kind of saunters up to the side. If I would, actually. What exactly are your orders? To not let anyone pass? You don't have to let us through the gate, after all. You could take us to your higher-up and let them decide, rather than dealing with us out here, after all. What do you say?
We have... Look, we're told to... he seems to be getting frustrated now.
Any chance I could roll a negotiation?
Yes, thank you. And we'll defend with his... 3 successes versus... Okay, so yeah, the one man sort of argues more with his stalwart companion, and eventually he decides, okay, fine, but not all of you. Choose 1 or 2, I guess, and follow me. The rest I ask, look, we're compromising with you here. Please return to the commission.
We will wait here until you return. And as far as those that go with you, I think the Doctor is an automatic candidate.
Though he may need someone to temper his tongue a bit, don't you think?
Ah, and a tongue temperer you appear to be.
Yeah,
Very well then.
send the judge.
Yes, I think the judge would represent us all fairly in this manner as well. If you would not mind, of course.
No, there'd be no problem at all.
Good.
Sketch will give him a slap on the back.
Attaboy, get in there.
He'll give him a cross-eyed look like, calm down, please. I don't know what you expect of me to do once I'm in there, but it should be in accord. So is it just me and the good doctor coming?
Sound of things, yes.
Right. Well, shall we get on the way then? Time's a wasting.
It's about time we get to the bottom of this. He begins to walk off, and the 2 guards, actually one of the guards, the one who was very eager to appease the group, leads you towards the actual gates. The other one, who was more aggressive, remains with the rest of you. Right this way.
This could have been much easier if your men, your captain were organized. I'm assuming that you didn't know when your captain was going to be out there or not, so why have us wait for nothing?
I understand your troubles. I'm just following orders. We're a little strapped for manpower right now. There's a lot going on. I'm sure you understand. But we'll get to the bottom of this, and we'll have you all on your way.
Yes, hopefully with some due haste.
So you follow the man, the 2 of you. Yeah, you get towards deeper, closer to the walls that surround the city. A few other guardsmen seem to be looking at you quizzically. Many more men are at the actual gate. They seem to be doing patrols, all fully armored up, equipped with their weapons of choice. The guard that you had been following sort of goes up towards one of the guys up front, begins chatting with. They begin to have some sort of argument back and forth for a bit. And the man who was arguing with him sort of walks off into the building. through a door. He comes back, he says, okay, like I said, we'll get to the bottom of this, right? He'll be right back. Just you wait. I know you don't like that word, but you can do me that favor.
More waiting, you say?
I mean, I can't let you in. I don't have any sort of authority on that matter.
But the one who does is not at his post.
I'm sure he just ran off to get him. See, he's the other man who had been disappeared into the building. Just one moment, okay?
One moment. Oh, Doctor, seems we moved along just to wait again.
The doctor sort of looks around. Seems to be well guarded. Sort of sighs and grunts to himself. But actually, it's not too much longer, maybe a good 5 minutes or so. The previous guard returns, and with him are a couple more men. One of them in a much sharper looking attire than the others. And he approaches the two of you. And first he turns to the man who had been, the guard who had been escorting you in. He turns, what is the meaning of this? Sir, they've been waiting, they're getting anxious, they just wish to speak to you. He turns back to you two. What seems to be the matter?
What's the matter is that your leader is dead. Rumor has it murdered. I got his doctor here. Wants to examine the body to help you guys determine who the culprit is. As you should know, there is a lot at stake here.
And, as you say, the good doctor, he sort of turns and faces them. A look of recognition, obviously, and says, Carmino, I thought you would be out much longer than this. And he responds with, I received word that Altair had been murdered. I demand to see his... Says, the man says, I can't actually. He's already been buried at the cemetery. What do you mean he's been buried? I need to perform the autopsy. I need to get to the bottom of this. Do you not wish to understand what has gone down? The man, very large actually, responds, of course, we are conducting an investigation at this very moment. They seem to be talking about that.
Well, your investigation, how did he die?
And he looks at you. What interest do you have in this case?
Justinian has a big interest in this.
Oh, so you're the emissary they sent? Is that so? Are there others?
I traveled with another fellow Anabaptist. He's quite eager and outspoken to get in here to figure out what's going on. And I'm assuming the other two are probably here on their own business, but I can't discount anything of their importance or not. So that's for you to decide. But Justinian has sent me. I'm here to give aid. And now that I see the good doctor, I see who I must aid as well.
The man turns to one of the other guards. You, escort him. Take him where he needs to go. And he points to Carmino. The man salutes and begins, right this way! And Carmino sort of humps and begins to follow him.
I shall speak to you again, Carmino, I assume.
Right. And he thinks for a moment. He's He's familiar enough with Lucitor to know a couple of places, so he brings out a piece of paper and writes down a couple names and hands you that sheet. Look for me at these places when you wish to speak again. I must be off. And he begins stomping away, without waiting for a response from you.
I'll go ahead and pocket that sheet and look at the guard captain.
Now then, how many did you say were total?
Well, at the commissioner with me, there was a whole bunch waiting. Getting pretty rowdy, but by having me come to talk to you, and hopefully you can hear their case soon, it'll be of great importance. However, I believe we have other things to discuss as well. So I don't know which one you want to do first.
Head back, tell them 10 minutes. I'll be there in 10 minutes. We can discuss everything. Go through the process and I'll get you guys into Lucitor.
Hopefully that'll be enough to calm down your Anabaptist brother. You know, he says it is God-given the right to come to the city. I wouldn't want to be the guard that argues with him. After he'll kind of do a about face, start heading back towards the gate.
You make it back to the group. You're either standing around. I don't know. What are you guys up to in that little time frame?
Tapping on the pommel of my sword while it's in my sheath, just kind of waiting. Humming a canticle or something like that.
And Gabriel will walk up to Angus. Well, I managed to get the good doctor in right away. And I managed to get the captain of the guard to come and talk to us. They heard everybody out.
Alright, and when should we expect him?
And he'll kind of smirk. He says 10 minutes.
And the good doctor is given immediate passage. Well, fair enough, I suppose.
Well, I don't know how good that'd be. They already buried him.
I'm sure they'll have ways to bring him back. Though they should not. I suppose it doesn't matter anyway. The pneuma is gone. The body is just flesh. Very well then. Alright then, gents. 10 minutes. And if in that time we do not see the captain, I suppose we shall walk our way back. Perhaps this time we will not be so dissuaded.
Indeed. Now, if I overheard right, you said he was already buried.
Yes.
So soon.
Well, you look at Angus. How long do they take to bury bodies usually? Does it have to be done quickly?
It's the determination of whoever chooses to do so. Though typically I find the sooner the better. Or burning. Burning is another proper way to remove the flesh.
Anabaptist, you would know there's certain procedures to burials of your
Gotcha.
kind.
Certain procedures must be done, but once those are complete, a delay is up to whoever is the one in charge.
Well, they weren't expecting the doctor to come so soon. Don't think they would have held on to a body.
Raises more questions than answers, I'm afraid. But
Indeed.
10 minutes, and if in that time you're not acquiesced, we shall return. I would smile at the guard and look back towards those that follow. And come now, brethren, let's all return. Have a nice drink of water and see if the captain comes to see us.
so Sketch will just follow along.
Yeah, same with Galen.
Alright, you guys return. Inside, you you see the caravanners just sort of waiting impatiently. Some of them are playing cards. Dina isn't anywhere to be seen. Alright, yeah. You wait your while, and then eventually, through the doors, appears a good old guard captain in his very pristine-looking gear. Gabriel, you do notice, however, there's a little bit of a change. It appears to be some possible blood on his gloves. He, of course, is accompanied by a couple of his men.
Get in the battle on the way over here, did you?
No, it's not the time to discuss that. A loud, booming voice. Now then, and he addresses everyone. I apologize for the delay. We can begin the procedures to get you in. If you would line up here, I have a few questions and a few announcements. Agreements must be made.
Yeah, and start to file into a line.
Gabriel, get on line.
Right. Well, before we begin the questioning, it's necessary that you know a few rules are in place during the time of grieving, as declared by Abacus. And here they are. Number 1, no one may enter the cloister or pray in the great chapel. Number 2, no one may leave Lucatore without permission from myself. No audience with the governor or the emissary. The towers, the water towers, are off limits, absolutely. Ascetics will dispense water. If you need any, find them on the street. Be cleaned and ritually consecrated, so no worries about poison or any rumors of the such. Another one, only the most necessary transactions may be made until the time of grieving is over. So, no brothels, no causing any messes. And finally, no sermons shall be allowed on the streets. Is that understood?
Crystal clear.
Well,
Just for reference, you guys got the sheet.
A list of things that angers me, yes.
Right then, let's begin. And first one up, some caravaner begins talking with them. Interviews go on for a while. Who wants to go up first?
Sure.
Now then, state your name and business.
Angus Anders. Here. From the Northwest Cyclovidian chapter. To pay my respects.
And how long will you be?
As long as it takes.
And I trust you not to start anything, not to cause any more trouble for the people of Lucatore.
I'm a representative of my order. Just as his lordship Altair was. I would cause no more trouble than you would expect from someone in my position.
Very well. He looks over your paperwork one last time. Seems to be in order. Alright, head over there. He sort of nods over to where a group of people are collected. People have already been processed. A couple of people are off to the side who apparently there's some discrepancies. And they're sort of surrounded by 2 guards who are watching them. I don't expect to see you again until your departure. But enjoy the city.
Of course. Take his paperwork back.
Next.
Gabriel will walk up. My name is Gabriel. I am an emissary from Justinia.
What's your business?
Well, I'm very concerned about what happened here. And I'm here to render aid if necessary. And at the very least, whenever able, after your time of mooring, talk to the governor, of course.
You wish to speak with Ennio? I'm sure there are many who would wish to talk with him. Very busy man at this current time. Please do remember that his brother is dead.
I'm not pressed for time. But I'm here to, with the full authority of the judges to talk and figure out how we may help.
Sure.
So, any aid that is needed, let me know.
Your assistance is appreciated. I'm sure we won't need it. We'll get down to the bottom of this.
All the better.
You appear to be good to go. Head over there, please. Meets his next, he yells.
Sketch will make his way up.
Hey!
State your name and business.
Sketch Nemo. I'm really just hoping to pass through and maybe make a little money on the side. Planning on staying long.
Are you with the caravan as well?
I came in with the caravan, yes. Yep.
But are you a part of it?
More or less, yeah.
I need clear, straight answers.
Look, I helped them out, they helped me out. So, yes and no. I don't know how to give you a more clear answer.
You say you're here to make money. Now how is it you're gonna do that?
Odds and end jobs. I can fix things. I can fix a lot of things.
We already have someone for that. He's very good at his job.
Yeah, I'm with the caravan.
I'm going to need you to step aside to the left, towards over the pile, the much smaller pile.
Sketch just grumbles and starts to head over that way. Mother.
Next.
Kalen would walk up. This guy is Lucio, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gives a very shallow bow. My pleasure.
State
What
your
can I
name
do?
and business.
Kalen, as it were. I am here as a traveler, wanderer of sorts, and honestly quite curious about what's going on in the city.
We're in a time of grieving. Altair is dead. There's nothing more you need to know than that.
Regardless, my travels bring me here, and I need you on board, don't I? And I see no reason I shouldn't grieve alongside you.
You have any paperwork?
Of course. Everything should be in order. He hands him some very specially crafted documents from his lock.
What's documents say? What am I reading there?
Pretty much all forgeries, basically, but high-end stuff that would ensure him to get access in. They sent him for a reason, after all. And it sounded like he had the support of his flock and then some.
Let's so if it's an item, because you are deceiving here.
Yeah, of course.
Do you have anything
Deception.
other than... Yeah. Any
roll
potential, any item, any...
Yeah, I have no idea what kind of bonus from the given papers. But regardless, as a cuckoo, I do get a bonus to deception in itself. Just roll with that then, or
bonuses included. I'm trying to beat a 3. No, wait.
alright.
He looks over the paperwork. It's, ooh, it's 2 triggers. Right. Well, everything seems to be in order here. Please step aside. Join that group over there. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you very much. He leans a bit closer, and my condolences for your father.
You can see him tense up his jaw at that. Right. Appreciate it.
He gives him a soft nod as he moves over to the other group.
And this goes on for a while. Eventually a group with Sketch adds a couple more people, but for the most part people seem to be cleared and good to go. Sketch, it's you and like 3 other caravanners that you've met. And another random person seemed to have entered previously when you guys were out and about.
Sketch is looking around, gauging his situation here.
Hey, what's going on with this group over here anyway? What's happening? What are we doing?
One of the guards chimes in. Oh, you're a special case. We need to look over your wares. We need to verify that you mean us no harm. Don't worry though, I'm sure we can get this all cleared up.
I said I didn't mean any harm. All I was trying to do was pass through the city, and if there was a job opportunity that presented itself, I would take it to try and make a little money. That was it. What's the problem? Look at me. Look at me. What am I gonna do?
Hey, look, okay, I understand, but look, the boss made a call. Just wait here, alright? He's almost done. There's only like 3 more. Process you. He'll go over. He's a trustworthy man. Take my word.
Your word. Yeah,
Right.
He just sits down, crosses his arms angrily.
So eventually, Lucio, the guard captain, finishes. 1 more person's added to your group, Sketch. The others go with the others, and then guard begins to lead you all the way towards the gates. Is there any last things you want to do, or not?
No, it seems good to go.
Great. You guys begin making your way. Alright, dude. You are subjected, unless you have any objections, to a full search of all your belongings, all your paperwork.
I mean, I don't think I'm holding anything illegal.
Do you know? Do you have anything like at all that would be problematic?
No, not really.
What kind of weapons do you have?
The Marvel. My pack mule.
Pack mule.
You have
Deadliest
a
in
pack mule?
Yeah, I don't remember that being mentioned.
Yeah, I have a... Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. It's a riding...
Oh, I was gonna say. I was like, you have a mule? You've had a mule this whole time?
I can just imagine him sitting there on top of a mule in the building, just not giving
Okay,
a
it's
shit.
a riding hoe.
It'd be
Okay.
hilarious.
I was like,
Yeah, cool. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, just as a basic armor, weapon, a riding hoe. I don't think there's anything that there should be.
So they look you over and they see your weapon and says, we're gonna have to hold on to this. You'll be sure to... Here, we'll take your information. We'll keep it nice and safe in our armory. You'll get it back once you leave, Lucitor.
Did you take anyone else's weapons?
They're also patting down the other people who are in this group and searching them and taking some various items.
I'm being oppressed over here. Look at this. What are we getting patted down for? We came in all together. All of us. We all came in together. It's ridiculous. You're gonna take my only means of defending myself. What happens if I get jumped? What am I gonna do if somebody comes at me with a gun? Or what am I gonna do if they come at me with a knife?
You call for the city guard and we'll be there to help you. That's what we're here for.
Help! I'm being oppressed right now. These men are taking my things.
Oh, you have another option. If you don't want to hand over your weapon, you can simply go back from whence you came.
Alright, well, I'm gonna tell you right now. If I get killed in this city, in this place, I'm coming back for you, buddy. I'm coming back for you.
I assure you have nothing to fear. Top-notch guard.
Top-notch guard? Top-notch guard just let a guy get killed here. Top-notch.
Hey, you show respect.
Yeah. I'm asking for the same thing. Show me a little respect. Let me carry my things. That's it. I came in here with practically nothing. Just the things on my back.
Tell you what, if you really want to give me a negotiation roll...
Hang on a second. I don't know if all my stuff applied.
You got bonuses in negotiation?
Yeah, I do. A +1. Plus, I have an extra one on charisma. Can I just re-roll that just to see if it applies?
Sure.
Now, see, it didn't do anything.
What are your stats for charisma and negotiation? It's a 3 and 3.
Well, they're both at 2, but I've got. I thought a bonus applied.
For
Culture region or culture concept, anything like that.
oh no. So the way that works. Just a quick aside. That is how much higher you can go for your maximum in character generation.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm sorry. I remember now.
So that just affects just your maxes.
So yeah, then I got the 1 success. Okay.
One with the trigger.
Yeah. I have to.
No, you
Is that an
just
automatic?
leave the trigger. The trigger has some bearing depending.
Not in this situation. I'll tell you what, okay? I'll personally hold on to this for you. You ask for me on your way out, I'll give it to you. Nice and clean and everything.
Alright. I'm gonna need your name, your address. I'm gonna need the name of your wife, your kids. I need it all. That's how
My name
much
is
she means to
Nero.
me.
I live in the barracks, okay? Ask for Nero. Everyone knows me.
Nero. It'll be forever etched into my brain.
Yeah. Now get along, alright? Catch up to the other group. Don't have to open the gate
Sure
twice.
Sure thing, pal.
Yeah, you're free to go. Catch up
Yeah.
if you want. They're a bit ahead of you. If you run, you'll be able to find.
Yeah, Sketch will make his way up there quickly as possible.
Great. Ba-ba-bum. So now you guys are finally, you bring up to the gate, guards chat a little bit, Lucio's there with you now in the rear. He begins to head off to do his own things, his own devices. The gates are lowered rather, allowing entrance. You can finally see, it's a bit late now, but the streets are teeming with people going about their days. Merchants are closing up their shops. The guard who was manning the gate at the time welcomes you to the city, gives you one last warning not to start anything, and gives you passageway now. You're free to...
Righty.
Yeah. Any place you want to go in particular now, or you just want to call us a set, or...
I think I would seek. I'd probably ask one of the guards as we're going through. Guardsman, I have a query for you.
Oh, yeah?
Where the traveler to the city find cheap room and board?
Well, to be honest with you, we're a bit packed at this moment. This whole process of interviewing everyone leaving and coming in. We got a couple of inns, I guess. You're always welcome to stay at the, sort of thinking, I got this written down somewhere.
How about the barracks?
Yeah, well, it's not the best place to live. You're welcome to stay in the commission house if you want. There's also the Bleeding Ram. Pretty good place, I guess. Got some cute... never mind.
Which one of your inns has a cheap, or rather I should say large, common room? I do not require much.
Well, now, let me see, if you're going for pure, size, you could probably check out, the almshouse, maybe. Might get you what you need.
The almshouse. This kind of shakes his head. Very well then. I appreciate your guidance.
Well, you take care of you.
He would nod and begin to... He'd get directions, of course, and then head towards the almshouse as it is getting later in the day.
Thinking that Angus is on to something good, Gabriel will follow some rest for the night.
Ah,
Yeah, Kalen does as well. A ways back, kind of taking in the roads on the way, and making sure he knows every little alley would get him there and back.
Sketch will have just caught up, and then just in time for them to begin to depart again, or burst. Hey! Where's everyone going? What's going on? What are you doing?
I go to the almshouse, Scrapper.
Almshouse.
Place of bedding for the night. It appears as though I have a flock that follows. I do not protest, but please do not become an issue for me.
Oh, look, they took my weapon. I can't be much of an issue.
Words are a weapon, and yours, I've noticed, are grating.
No, not my words.
Hmm.
My words are just words. Take them with a grain of salt sometimes. That's the best you can do. It's not
I
bad.
prefer to save the salt. Aye, but I suppose if you're not in my way, I have no quarrel with you.
Not in anyone's way. No. No.
He would begin walking.
You seem to have a decent enough sense for the town already. This almshouse sounds suitable for so many nights, if not longer.
I tend to live cheaply while I'm here, until my business is concluded. I expect, since none of you have come in with some entourage or caravan that was not your own, you're all in similar situations as far as coinage is concerned.
Yeah, more or less, maybe. Yeah.
Indeed. No point in spending coin. It isn't necessary.
Asceticism is the true calling of the God. Of God himself. It's the most purifying form for your body. Minimalism.
Ah, yes. I must admit, it is quite calming, isn't it? If not a bit dull at times, but the calm is often before the storm, isn't it? And you seem a bit of a walking storm to me, friend. A calm one.
All of our pneuma works itself up in different ways. It is a spirit. My faith in God is what it is. I would not be his servant, his loyal, willing servant, if I were not so. Sometimes, even in the calmest of times, it is necessary to have a storm waiting in the winds, to blow away that flotsam which blots the truth from others.
A noble calling.
None so noble as the fallen ones, though. Aye, the judges. I have respect for your order, Gabriel, but I fear that you'll be overtaken by the likes of us and whoever these others are here for.
We're strong. I don't think we'll be overtaken so easily. However, I fear that everyone must adapt at some point.
Indeed. Perhaps one day they will even adapt to their own. How is that grand judge of yours, however you would say it? Alcott, was it? Arcot? Archon? I can't quite remember.
No. The Grand Judge is doing fine. As is the city. And the judges. Strong as ever.
I suppose so. Well, regardless, sure everyone's doing fairly well currently. Aside from poor old Altair, of course. It is quite strange that, don't you think? He died. And locking down the city is not that odd. If one was looking for a killer, of course.
If it were.
But the hasty burial is rather odd, don't you think?
Perhaps the wounds were not that which should be borne by the faithless. Though his pneuma was committed and it is just meat now, I suppose a certain level of respect is due. Though if I were looking for the culprit, I would look for whatever goat shaggers are in the city. He spits on the ground. Jehamedians, scum.
must agree. A sad lot, those. Yes. The bit with the water towers interests me as well. Locking them down. And this information, rumor about poison. Something beyond simply Altair is certainly going on, don't you think?
I do not know, but I do not appreciate these orders. Though I understand that they are necessary given the time to not allow prayer in the Great Chapel. Would I be familiar with previous incidences of important figures dying in the cult on my end? Is this typically something that is done where the governor and emissary bit sounds like a city thing, but the no prayer, the no sermons, this seems like a more it seems like a more appropriate time for those sort of things, if anything, in a town that was ruled by an Anabaptist, doesn't it? So I'm trying to see if
It's a bit odd. I mean, obviously, whoever's in control of the city, right, will dictate the rules, but considering that this is a predominantly Anabaptist area, or definitely has deep ties, it's a little off.
What concerns me, these rules, they do not come from one within the order, not one who believes in true faith, not in the opinion of this lowly servant. Ah, if Altair were to die in a city in my area, a leader so great as him, we would sing hymns and songs of his contributions to the faith. Oh, the prayers wouldn't be never-ending from the chapel, and in the stream of chants, Gregorian and otherwise, carried throughout the entire city. We would sing his praises, and therefore commit his pneuma to God, sing the praises of God that such a man walked this earth in that meat husk. And yet, the first thing we are bidden when we enter this city, a city of God, is silence. That concerns me.
Indeed, it is quite odd, don't you think? I tend to believe that everything has some sort of purpose. So what would the purpose in that be? Any idea?
I do not know, but I know it. I will find out. It does not bode well for my faith otherwise. Answers will be had. But after this night, it's been a long day of travel.
Indeed. That it certainly has. Didn't catch any fish on the way. Quite disappointing that. Hoping for something to roast tonight. Suppose I'll have to settle for whatever the almshouse has.
I should be my buddy Billy on sleep tonight.
So you guys make your way through the city. You pass by to the right as soon as you exit the gates. Seems to be some sort of area dedicated to... There's blocks of ice and whatnot. Seem to be like meats and stuff, preservations, maybe, I don't know. Deeper in, you walk, you follow directions that are given to you. Eventually, you get sneers and whatnot from some people looking at you. Seems that newcomers aren't exactly most welcome here right now. But you make your way over to the almshouse. Through the windows, you can see lights on. It's a one-story building, wooden.
The push. No, but is the door like, oh, how's the door? Is it like
It's like one of those western, like...
oh
door
man.
things.
Yes, I'd push my way through and
Yeah, you push your way through and instantly you're met with sight. There seem to be a lot of people crowding around one man. The place is kind of run down. Seems to be just the bare minimum here. But Seems to be a man garnering the attention of the residents at the almshouse.
Does it appear to be anybody who's working there? Is this some gentleman speaking?
This man, very eloquent, very odd. He seems to have something adorned on his head. I got a picture for you. If you just...
Oh.
And the people around him seem to be enraptured, very attentively listening. Sometimes they repeat what he says. If you want to go in, maybe get a better look here. Yeah.
Is he near the, I'm assuming there's like a bar or something like that where someone's serving.
So you walk in, right? You got some tables and then some general stuff. He seems to have made like a makeshift, like a stand, where he's like above everyone. It's off to the side, to the right, deeper within the building. And they're sort of crowding around him.
I would take note of it for sure, but I would probably look for any kind of like staff that is there for people who are waiting to assist with something or another. And then go see this hubbub.
You'll give a look around. Their room, most people seem to be over paying mind to him. There is a woman who's washing dishes in the back. You can see into the kitchen. She seems to be wearing very humble clothes, very conservative.
Yeah, step up to the... Pardon me.
Oh yes, welcome.
Are you the owner of this establishment?
Oh, this land is for the people in need. Are you in need of assistance, child?
Does she have 3 dots?
She does.
Ah. Yes, sister. I would like lodging for the night. I would pay you for the privilege.
Of course, but there's no need. The governor funds the almshouse for those in need. I cannot speak for how well the bedding is, but it gets the job done.
I see. Well, it is the almshouse. I would give you alms if I could. Let me look through, and I'm just trying to find my money. Yeah, I would I'd give her probably 30 chronicler drafts. Here, use this to improve that which you're stationed. It is some meager sum, but it is what I have picked up in my travels.
Oh, thank you. Every little bit counts.
I mean,
And the others, what are you up to right now?
Yeah, Kalen would be kind of taking in this Kuroko man and the goings on around him from a distance, lazing at a table as he listens on.
Yeah, Gabriel will be doing the same.
Sketch.
Yeah, Sketch is going to be sort of following suit with everyone else. But he'll also approach the lady there and offer up at least 10 of...
Okay. Oh, thank you, child. So kind of you all. But the others, I guess, if you're listening in to his spiel. So he's, like I said, he's standing on top of this, like a makeshift... What's that thing called? There's a word for it. Like a
Parapet.
soapbox type thing. Yeah. Very passionately looks around the crowd and saying, once I was a burn blazed. It fueled me, it took hold of me. But I heard a calling from afar. I felt a lance of light rising within me, bisecting me. Oh, I heard voices and emotions I've never felt before, and that is how I changed. I overcame. I was a sinner, scorned, burned by the burn. With my own hands, he goes on and on. My two hands, the mandala from my chest, I ripped it out. I bled myself. I flushed the sin from my body. He seems to be preaching, going on about how the spores and the temptation and the addiction and how he overcame it all. Now he's dedicated my life to penance. He's very into what he's saying. People are like cheering him on.
Yeah, and I would, after giving the alms, I'd definitely go listen to what this man has to say. For it may not be the word of Anabaptism, but it sounds like he's on track. I'm not sure that I recognize this. This probably isn't something Anabaptists do, but sinning and penance, those are some important buzzwords for me. So I would go and listen to what he has to say.
Okay. Continues on with his speech. I have succumbed to the seduction of the demiurge, and I went through the deepest of valleys, the shadow of death. I have sacrificed myself and risen again and again. A vision came to me. I was engulfed by earth and burning fire. And that fire, which I so carefully and dedicatedly overcame, now infests the Anabaptists of Lucitor. Not all, but there are those among them who have sinned and must repent as well. Only that can save this beautiful city. Listen to my words. Know that you are being deceived. The burn, they trade in it. I know it.
And what proof do you have, sinner?
You yell that out and he turns to you. Child, an Anabaptist. I have my proof. I know, I've seen, I've heard the words. Just ask the apocalyptics. They're the ones who provide it. Go to the cloister. Why do you think it's barred from the public? They're hiding something. They're hiding the burn there.
You accuse Anabaptists of dealing with the burn, the drug that destroys all.
Anyone else want to chime in, or?
Galen is watching most curiously at this, not all that far away.
Yeah, Gabriel knows that sometimes the thing that can be done the most is not saying anything at all, but just keep an open ear.
The Anabaptists are just, my child. Do not let them corrupt you. There are those in their ranks who have fallen, but not all is lost. They must repent.
I see. I am all for the exposure of those who are against the creed. We must have more evidence than that of, and he spits on the ground, apocalyptics. Of course they would seek to turn Anabaptists against each other. What do you know? If you do not wish to speak so openly, I would hear it in private.
My child, I would hide nothing from my listeners. And he turns to his crowd. People are cheering him on. Yeah, woo, Cecil. This is, like I had said previously, the cloister is full of burn, and they keep it for themselves and distribute it, and they taint, they corrupt their own people. They must be punished. It's necessary so they can find mercy.
I will see if the words you speak are truth, sinner. If they are, you'll have my thanks. If they are not, you'll have my sword. And he would calmly kind of go sit down and continue to listen, but sit amongst his companions.
course, my child. And he continues on with his spiel. And he just keeps going on with those general points. The Anabaptists are corrupt. He has experienced what it's like to be tainted with the burn, addicted to it, needing it to survive. He was able to, thanks to a vision he had, overcome his addiction. And now he's dedicated his life to, eliminating the burn, purging those who are corrupted. Those are just the general highlights of his speech.
Killing what kind of book killers? Oh, that is something, isn't it?
Perhaps it's the ravings of a lunatic. Or perhaps it goes deeper than whatever everybody likes to think. Shoot an eye over to Angus.
Perhaps I will not be sleeping this night. Where's the cloister? Is that in House Benesato? Where's the cloister? Oh, the cloister's way up there.
Yeah. Perhaps it'd be best to rest tonight. Let us fade into some memories of the guards before you go stirring up trouble.
It does seem quite dangerous, trying to get to the cloister just after entering the city. They are on watch, after all. And the orders, of course.
Suppose it is wise counsel. One that I will adhere to for now.
After all, there is corruption, chances are. A lot of these guards and stuff would be in on it. Would put us in a hell of a spot to uncover it and then not have a plan.
Indeed. Most curious. Given how aggressive they are at controlling everything in the area, lack of sermon, perhaps it is this very type of folk that they wish to prevent from speaking. Perhaps some truth. Maybe not the whole truth, but nonetheless.
Perhaps.
It's most strange. Honestly, rumors of the cloister are all that curious to me. Though it does beg me to wonder where exactly Altair died. If that is indeed where it happened, then it's not so surprising. But otherwise, then, what would be the purpose of closing it off, do you think? I can't see any myself. And the water towers. I did hear a rumor that about the time that everything happened, well, the guards were called away from the water towers. Which begs me to wonder what so serious could have occurred that it would remove guards from such an important site. Do you think?
Called away, you say?
This raises some questions. I do not know much about water towers or how they work, but you there, looking at sketch, you said you were a crafty sort, weren't you?
Yes, indeed. I am.
What would you know about how water towers work? What could be caused that would draw people away from them? How easy might it be to taint a water supply from your opinions?
Well, it depends on how they're getting the water into the water into the tower itself. There might be several ways in order to taint it, depending on water sources. If you understand my meaning there.
Indeed. But if the water towers were with a lack of guard for a short period of time, do you think any ne'er-do-wells, perhaps the Medians even, might be able to get in and cause issues with the tanks themselves?
Well, from my personal experience, I mean, to be honest with you, it sounds like this might be more of an inside type of thing. If I'm going to be blunt, it would have to be somebody who had constant access. Someone who had constant access. Someone who could get up to this place whenever they wanted to. So, but again, it's hard to say because there could be a number of different sources. As you said, it could have been during changing of guard. A lot of possibilities.
Well,
Yes. Go ahead.
if there would have been some tampering with some of the water supply, at the very least there'd be more dead bodies lying around.
Perhaps. But perhaps he looks too sketch. If you were to perhaps get a look at the water towers, would someone as savvy as yourself be able to tell what might have been done to them?
I like you. Yeah, I think so.
What do you say? He looks to the other two. Sounds most interesting, don't you think? Perhaps give them a day to, let things calm down around the cloister. Meanwhile, maybe the water towers. Perhaps they aren't as well guarded from the sound of things.
Yeah. After this whole mourning process and all that, maybe people begin to relax a little.
Well, the water
And
towers.
the guard relaxes.
The water towers are off limits, according to what we were told. It might be that they have stationed a significant guard there to prevent investigation or entry.
Right, that's what I
Indeed.
was thinking.
Not that it's
Yes,
much different, I mean to say. But the cloister, though.
Well, either way, I think before you guys go starting trouble, you should give it time. There's other sources out there that could give us information.
Very
Ones
true.
that will be less suspicious.
I believe the guard mentioned something. The bleeding ram, yes. Made it sound as if they provide services, if you would. I don't know about any of you, but such places often have rather, well, loose-lipped folk around.
Yeah, every place has their providers, I shall say.
You can get information anywhere in any city. Just depends on who you talk to. I like that idea though.
I intend to go to the chapel during the day. I must convene with my brothers and sisters to discuss things with them, of course. propose, if we are all going to throw our lot in, though we are perhaps loosely connected, working towards a common goal, perhaps we'll coordinate a bit, make sure we are meeting here, certain times of day, exchange of information, of course.
That sounds most agreeable, friend.
Right. Well, the hour grows late, and this proselytizing from this penitent, while intriguing and somewhat rooted in the teachings of Anabaptism to an extent. I dislike Anabaptists being accused without giving proper proof at the time. I will take my leave, prepare for rest in the commons. Take a stand from his seat. I don't know any of you half as well as I would like, but I expect we'll be seeing enough of each other to remedy that. As I said previously, I will not get in your way, as long as you don't get in mine.
And the same one to you.
Agreed. Also agree that the hour is late. Better go secure to my sleeping spot now. I don't want to be sleeping outside.
Very true. Rest well, friend. See you on the morrow.
Till the new day. But Gabriel will go over and try to secure himself someplace to sleep.
Yeah, there are a bunch of beds in the common room. There's a couple rooms that are private, but everything seems to be just generally similar, very minimalist.
He'll take a private room.
Yep. There don't appear to be any locks, though. Just a door that separates you from the rest, and a window that you can see out of.
Sounds like home.
Young does the same. Oddly enough, takes his pack off finally and seems to relax a bit more. Lays on down and sleeps quite strangely with his pack laying upon his chest. Over his torso.
Alright, so you all retire for the night. And the night goes on, and another day passes in the city of Lucitor, and I'm gonna call the session there.
We're off to a good start, boys. None of us
Yeah.
kill each other.